So, I talked to Woo Dude. He called me, I think, on that one when I talked about the ET Dream and that I've been asking, and like I'd love to meet them. And when I have the spiritual retreat center, maybe in New Mexico, maybe in Texas, maybe in Colorado, wherever the hell this ends up happening. And again, I really feel my spot's New Mexico. I want that to happen, but um, I said, I had this. Did you see my video? I had this dream. I asked, and then they came in a dream. He goes, well, that's how it starts. He goes, are you sure you want, are you sure you want this? I go, F yeah, I want this. What kind of question is that? Is the Pope a pedophile? Yeah, I want this. So, he's like, well, okay, be careful what you wish for. You might, that remember the mirror thing. Oh, I can handle this. Mirror scrying. You're gonna see your face melt into other people's faces of your past lives, and they're gonna look quite a bit different. Oh, so what? I got this. You might get a little freaked out when you first see it. Oh no, it's just fine. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh shit! Okay, I'm freaking out. All right, hold on, calm down. I got this. I asked for this, and I just saw it. Holy shit! This is okay. All right, let me do it again. Okay, there it is again. Holy crap! So yeah, he was right. I freaked out a little bit. So, but I'm like, no. Yeah, I'm ready for this. If I were known in the future, oh yeah, you go to this guy Joe's place, his little ranch, whatever, and he does these little spiritual retreat adventures, takes you up on the mountain, takes you up in one of these little trike-wing aircraft. It's a double-seater, lets you, fly around the mountain, show you a few things, and then they land, and then, that's one of the things of his adventure. And then we go up in the mountain on some four-wheelers, he shows you around some places, and then we're doing some spiritual stuff. He's got Fred coming in, he's got Woo Woo Dude, he's got Julianne, he's got some people coming in on certain days to do their thing. We're going to do a guided meditation with Woo Woo Dude. Oh, we're going to do a channeling session with Julianne. Have a big old group of people. Like, hell yeah. Okay? But I'm going to tell you, one of my friends, the guy from Australia, that's a woo-woo guy. Good friend of mine. Good peeps. Told me a while ago, Joe, I see you getting a big property, like it's a ranch, of some size, like acres at least, many acres, if not a lot of acres. I think I'm seeing a portal on that property, and I don't know if the portal was there before you got there or it starts activating since you got there. But you know how some of those places, like that one place in the East Eddy, they see the lights on the mountain and stuff. Yes, yeah. They're kind of known for that, yeah. Uh, I think what's going to come through that portal on your property, wherever this is in the future, is going to be next level. Like, an entity comes through, and you see it, and it's known to happen at your property, and then before you know it, it's actually communicating with you guys and telling you things and whatever. Like teaching you or whatever, like just stuff. I'm like, what? He goes, that's what I got. Whoa. Okay, I'm down for that. It's time. It's time to meet our space brothers and sisters. Our star being brothers and sisters. So as you know, the other day, I'm like, I'm ready. I want this, man. Like, I have that dream I told you guys about. Matter of fact, I need to pause this and get the recorder because I need to record this. So hang on. Okay, here we go. Today is the 1st of February. Had an interesting night with XRP in my dream of 66 cents. So I'll add that right off the bat. It happened, and it did a big pullback like we were suspecting, hopefully. And it happened, so now I know. Any more dreams, you probably should buy or sell at that price number, depending on which way it went, up or down. So my wife had a dream last night, and this is about ET now. So I had my dream the other day, where they came to me in my dreams. They waved at me as I flew by on that man-made drone thing, single-seater drone that I was flying. and they waved, and I was like, oh my god, I just saw an ET's hand come out and wave. Like, oh my god. Huh. I gotta go back, and then I see this basically spaceship fly out of the mountain really quick and then just hover in the sky, and it was getting dark out. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna fly up there and get real close to it, and I'm like, no, what if they don't see me by chance and they, like, I crash into it? That'd be stupid, because then I die, you know? Like, okay, no, just, you can get up there a little ways, but then stop. And then I wake up, right? So Woo-Doo tells me, Joe, that's how it starts. You sure you want this? Because it could easily progress to where they're showing up, like, in your house or somewhere. Like, they will show up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. I want this. I'm ready. He's like, okay, you know, all right. So that was the night I did a live stream with him. And again, I'm like sucking off his third eye by looking at him. And that happens. So I tell my wife last night, hey, I'm going to bed at like 11 something. I'm like, and she's awake. I'm like, hey, okay, ask tonight if you could see whatever the price, like the big price move for XRP is tomorrow, if we could get a number. And I'll ask my guy. She's like, oh, you know, half dead. Oh, okay. And we didn't get no numbers, no Ripple, no nothing. But at 2:30 a.m., again, my ear rings. And so far, it's been, the last few days, it's been ringing, telling me something's going to happen in crypto. And specifically, it seems like XRP keeps going up every time my ear rings. So it rang twice last night, 2 different times as I was trying to fall back asleep. So I thought, how interesting, only to find Ripple rocketing up from 48 to 75 cents, and then back down. So it went right past the 66 and then came down, but actually played with 66 a few times. Interesting. So I go back to bed at 2:30. She's awake. She wakes up. Oh my gosh, I need to tell you this dream before I forget, you know. She's like, this is kind of crazy. I'm like, and I'm thinking, and I'm like all excited. Oh my god, she got XRP. She's gonna get the number. I'm like, oh my god, this is cool. But she's like, I had an ET dream. I'm like, oh, the hell with the number. Yeah, all right. What is it? You know, this is cool. What's up? And she says, she goes, we were at our house here, I guess here. She goes, and we were like all in the pool, and we're looking up at these things flying by, and we're like, oh my god, it's like a whole fleet of UFOs, and you can see them. Like, you don't have to see like a little light. You can see them. Like, oh my god. And we're like, is it happening? Like, are they finally, you know, here to show up? You know, like, they're just flying over. I just kept going. And she goes, and all of a sudden, one's coming down, and it crashes right in the pool. It's a real small one, and one being was in it, and it crashes right in our pool. And everyone, like, I guess our family, friends, whoever was there, like, jumps out of the pool and was like running away. Oh my god, you know, kind of scared. And my wife's like, I'm just in the pool still with this thing, like, you know, okay. She's like, I'm a little scared. And then, but it, like, you know, it crashed. So she's like, it needed help, and it was asking, like, it asked for help. And I got scared, and I ran. I jumped out of the pool, and I, you know, once I saw it or whatever, I ran. And it got out and started chasing after me. And she's like, but then I just stopped. And I'm like, no, this thing, it needs help. It's probably hungry. It needs help. I can't run. I gotta help it. So she goes, I stop. And I turn around, and it's just face to face with me. We're looking at each other. And she goes, it spoke no words. It didn't have to say anything. It was all telepathic in feeling. And it instantly, she goes, oh my god, it's hungry. I need to give it food. So I don't know if she gave it a sandwich or what. I forgot what she said. She fed it, and I was going to crack a joke because my wife just makes a badass sandwich. It doesn't matter what kind. It is great. And I thought, well, hey, what ET could resist Evelyn's sandwich shop? You know. But I don't know if she made a sandwich. She just said I gave it some food. And she goes, it was hungry, and it was a little hurt or whatever. And I'm like, it needs help. Why am I running? You know, like, no, I need to help this being. So she goes, like, I'm face to face with it. And I end up giving it some food. But she's like, it instantly, without saying a word, communicated to me, like, telepathically and through my feelings, undeniable 100% thankfulness and trust. I fully trust you, human, Evelyn, and I'm so grateful and thankful for the food and the help you just gave me. She goes, the feeling and the whatever telepathic was pretty incredible. Like, it was an instant knowing, and it was very powerful. Like, whoa, it's not lying. Like, it really, like, we're best friends. You know, like, Okay, we're good. Like, known you forever. Love you. We love each other. Like, family. You know, it was just a weird thing like that, but awesome. So she goes, so we go back to the ship in the water, in the pool. We both get in, and off we fly. And then I wake up. And I'm like, how cool. Yeah, you're going to actually take us or her for a ride? Is that, you know, even in your dreams, Woo Dude says, you know, how do you know that the dream state's not the real life, and when you're awake is the bozo nonsense life? I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. But are we gonna one day, and maybe not too far in the future, is my I mean, I'm not even gonna go there because this would be so crazy. Like, the chance of this happening is probably, I wouldn't want to excite somebody listening to this right now just in case. But I thought, but wait a minute, what if it is possible? You know, don't never cut yourself short just because, you know, something sounds absurd. I'll say it. What if this happens at my ranch and these things can come through a portal, if you will, whenever I get this ranch? I don't even know where there's no ranch other than one in Texas right now that I've seen a while back, and thought, boy, if XRP does this thing in January, I may go make an offer on that ranch, because it is basically set up for like a spiritual retreat, actually. And I thought, awesome. But, well, XRP is not 888, and I don't know that that's the right one anyway. So, you know, I'll feel that out when the time comes. But what if something comes through these portals, or portal, I become known for that, and then, okay, they're like, all right, you guys are ready for the next level of contact. Oh, what's that? We're going to take you up, show you around the universe a little bit. We'll be back in 15 minutes, guys. Tops. You know, beyond light speed. We'll be back in 15 minutes. I'll be right back. And then I get to go, you know, I can stop this recording now. Let me stop it. I forgot I got it in my hand just holding it talking. Oh, yeah, I'm way beyond the story now. You can stop that. You know, and next thing you know, there's literally spaceships or a spaceship or similar device. You can walk up to it. You can touch it. You can look at it. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, go to Joe's place. You know, Jason at 4's ranch, New Mexico or Texas or wherever. And, you know, you might see an ET and you might see an alien craft. And you might be able to touch both of them. You know, shake its hand and touch the craft, possibly, you know. Like, that would be beyond ridiculous. And then my little son, Ian. Oh, someone's got to take over, son. And you have abilities too. And oh, guess what? You were meant to be, just like Michelle White Dove told me all those years ago. You have a child coming in. It's male. He's waiting for the right time, and then he will show up. And no, we're not having kids. We accidentally had Ashley. No. She goes, basically, yeah. Yeah, you are. No, yeah, okay. And JC came over and I asked him and he got the same thing. He was like, yeah, I think so. I've sensed an energy. Okay. So, long story short, as you know, little baby 1-year-old Ian. And now he's crawling up the stairs. Like when we pick him up, you know, our time for bed, you know, I'm carrying him. He starts doing the old fold down thing, you know, fold half his body down, like, you know, put me down. And he did it last night to me for the first time. And I'm like, what do you mean put you down? I'm climbing up the stairs. And I go, oh, he wants to do it himself because he just learned that. So I'm like, okay. So I stop halfway. I set him down, and he smiles, and off he goes. He's looking back at me, you know, like, look at me, Daddy, you know, because he can't talk, you know. He's doing that little smile as he looks back, like, I'm doing it, you know. He gets to the top, and he crawls towards his sister's room. It's so cute. But it's a handful. Oh, boy. Man, the girls they kept to themselves when they were babies and just played with the little things. They pretty much self-contained, like contained in a little area. Ian, over here, take this out, drop it on the ground. Oh my God, Ian, settle down, son. But that's what boys are active. They climb, they explore. Gotta do stuff. I gotta take stuff apart. I gotta dig my fingers into your keyboard and try to rip the keys out. You know, because it's what I do. And so you gotta be careful. You gotta watch them and all that good stuff. But I think about this and I'm like, okay, I'm progressing with this woo-woo stuff. Like, this ET stuff is seriously next level. If this, I say if, and Woo had already told me there's no if. It's going to progress. This ET stuff. Okay, it's in the dreams. He goes, yeah, that's how it starts. Are you sure you want to progress past that? I'm like, hell yes. I'm serious. I'm sure. He goes, okay. That's how it starts, but then it will progress. Next thing you know, they might be showing up at some point in your house, in your room. It can happen. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, okay, fine. And maybe I'll have a little chip in the back of my neck with a little bump like his. We'll have matching bumps. People get matching tattoos. Me and Woo Dude get matching bumps. Hey, man. Woo Dude, why is your bump bigger than mine? So, anyways, I'm thinking of my growth in this woo-woo / spiritual realm. And my other children have been around me for teenage years now. And this just started for me really last year. I mean, it kind of started in 2018 with the ESETI thing. That was like the stepping stone. But like noticeably anything last year, 2020. So when Ian gets to some age, you know, when he's their age, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's from now. That's 9+ years from now. What am I going to be doing? What am I going to be able to do spiritually, psychically? Where am I going to be living? All these things. He's not going to know any different. He's not going to remember the old Joe, you know, like my other kids will. He just, oh, that's my dad. That's what we do. You know, yeah, oh yeah, normal. Yeah, but your dad used to be a little jabroni, just doing YouTube videos in his closet in his laundry room back in the day. Didn't care about spiritual nothing, you know. My mom was psychic, but I really didn't care, you know, wasn't really too into it. Just webbot stuff, you know, yeah. And he'll never know that. Have no clue. Because he was born at a time in my life and my wife's life when we were so old. You know, 42. I was 42 when he was born. Now I'm 43. So, you know, that's not the time typically you normally would have kids. It's just, I mean, some people have, but, you know, my friend Roy, he's one of those ones I think that got started a little late, but you know, it is what it is. You know, there's no regrets, man. You know, it's supposed to happen. They've been telling me this child that's coming is supposed to be there. He's gonna have some work to do. Okay, I'm watching him with these crazy dreams. He's fidgeting all. He wakes up. I'm like, God, is that normal for a 1-year-old to be that crazy into these like dreams? He's like, was he battling out there or something? What's he doing? But I don't know. But I'll tell you one dream that I had a long time ago. Some of you might remember this because I think I told you about it. And I got this knowing. While ET in my dream abducted my son at like basically 1 or 2 years old or something, and brought him back 2 years later. So he was 3 or 4 when they brought him back. And we weren't like panicked that they took him and he was gone for 2 years. Like, we weren't panicked about that. Because we knew he was doing something very special with them and they were working with him in some way, that teaching him or doing something with him so he'd be prepared for what's coming in the future with ET and all kinds of stuff, I guess. He'd be one of those selected people. So when he came back at like a 3 or 4-year-old, he had a vocabulary like, I could ask him all kinds of stuff, and he had answers and could easily talk to me. So I'm asking him, well, who were the people who, you know, where were you? Oh, you know, those people took me. Well, what people? What do they look like? And he described it, but I'm like, well, he can't describe it that well, you know, but, oh. So then I find myself like in a big public bathroom, like the airport or somewhere, and I go to wash my hands or whatever. I'm looking up, and I don't see my shadow or my reflection. I see an ET reflection come through the mirror, and without speaking, it basically said to me, I'm the one that's working with your son. Because I was wondering, you know, well, who's doing it? Who took him? Who did this? And I'm like, I remember seeing it was kind of whitish blue, maybe not bluish, but more of a whitish color. And I'm like, I don't typically see this rendition of an ET whenever you think about them and people draw them or you see them online. It's not this, like, it's more human. It was small, had a small head. Eyes were a little bit bigger than humans, but not a lot like the big ones. So I'm doing a stream with JC and Soretta for the first time, I think, and I think she pulls up this picture and goes, "Oh, whatever," and she brings this thing up, and I saved it. Here it is, and I go, "Oh my God, that's it, that's it. That's what I saw in my dream." I was like, "Holy cow!" Even the color, that's kind of a little bit slight bluish tint, but it's like whitish bluish. I'm like, okay, that's it. Same good proper size, small features, bigger eyes than us, but not the huge big eyes, you know. And I'm like, whoa, that's what I saw. So I take that dream as maybe somebody's working with my son. They're not taking him away. He's in the crib. He's there sleeping, you know. Or if they did take him away, they're bringing him back before any of us wake up. But I'm like, no, that's probably not happening because he has been waking up a lot lately in the middle of the night and not wanting to go back to bed and have to put him in our bed, put him back, put him in our bed, put him back. So I'm like, maybe that's not happening. It could be on the spiritual realm they're doing this, and simply put. So, you know, just some interesting things is happening over in Jason Ipland, okay? So when that ranch or that retreat, the retreat will happen probably first before I have to buy the ranch, because I could do an Airbnb, rent a place for a couple weeks at a time or whatever out there in New Mexico. You guys could come and do an Airbnb or get a hotel. There's a couple hotel choices, actually two or three of them, I think, and they're not that expensive. One of them is like $50 a day. They said they'd give us a rate. That's nothing. And then we'd all, you know, meet up for breakfast and, okay, let's go to the mountain, and then let's go back to this, maybe the house that I got for the Airbnb, and we'll do some stuff. You know, Fred's coming in today or whatever. Woo Dude's going to come tomorrow. That kind of thing. And yeah, this is not a free thing, of course. You know, it'd be like you'd be paying for like a vacation, kind of a getaway thing, you know, because if I'm bringing these people in too, they got to get paid. They're gonna have to, you know, they got expenses, and this is, you know, we love everybody, but not everything. You know, this is a world where we have to get paid to live, you know, and it would be dumb for me to, oh, just come over here for free and wear out my 4-wheelers and wear out all this equipment, and, you know, no, that's not gonna happen. You know, no business model does that. So, but at the same time, I don't want to charge the crap out of somebody either. I'll find the right spot where, okay, this is profitable, this is good, I'm good, okay, this will work. You know, here's the money for the people that come in, these special people like Boo Dude and them. Fred, break them off, here you go, here's your fee, you know. And then we spend a few days after you guys leave, hey, let's all go, you know, me and Boo Dude, and let's go up to the mountain. Let's go to the spot. Let's see what happens up there. Yeah, maybe some magic will happen up there. Like, well, I was climbing up the side, and all of a sudden I started levitating, and they just helped me up somehow. You know, that was kind of cool. I'll tell you that story later. You know, that would be freaking cool. So, anyways, stuff is happening, and it happened to my wife last night. We didn't even kind of ask for that for her last night. I'm like, let's think crypto. Let's think XRP. See if we can get a price. Okay. Oh my God, I had a dream about an ET crashing into our pool, and it was so thankful. I could feel its emotion, and I knew it telepathically. That it was so happy that I helped it, and that I fed it. Like, oh my God, it was so thankful. And I instantly knew we were both like good. It was awesome. And I was like, man, that's cool. So maybe we'll get some more dreams, and then it'll escalate. Hey, I thought I saw an orb flying around in my room without a camera with my visible eye. Oh, what's that? You know, okay. Hey, wait a minute, my left foot is completely healed. How did that happen? Oh, I did see a light shining down on my foot last night. I woke up, I thought it was just something outside. Oh, that's funny. That would be neat. Hey, E.T., could you please heal my foot? In the middle of the night when I'm sleeping or whatever, just come in and do your little magic. I'd be real grateful for that. I'll tell you that much. So anyways, take it easy.